5 habits that keep people financially broke. Have you ever looked at your bank account and wondered, where did all my money go? You work hard, you wake up early, you pay your bills, and yet somehow, you still feel stuck financially. Meanwhile, other people seem to move ahead effortlessly. They build savings, buy homes, invest, travel, and create freedom. So what is the difference? It is not always intelligence. It is not always income, and surprisingly, it is often not luck either. Biggest difference usually comes down to habits, because being financially broke rarely happens overnight. It happens slowly, through repeated behaviors that quietly destroy wealth over time. And the scary part, many people do not even realize they are doing it. In today's video, we are going to break down 5 dangerous habits that keep people financially broke, and more importantly, how to escape them before they ruin your future. If you recognize even one of these habits in your life, this video could completely change the direction of your finances. Let us begin. Habit number 1. Spending to look rich. One of the fastest ways to stay broke forever is trying to look successful instead of becoming successful. A lot of people buy things they cannot truly afford just to impress people who honestly do not care. Luxury phones, designer clothes, expensive cars, fancy dinners, latest gadgets, and most of it is financed with debt. Here's the painful truth. Looking rich and being rich are completely different things. Many wealthy people actually live below their means. But many broke people spend above their means. That is the trap. Social media has made this even worse. Everyday people are bombarded with images of luxury lifestyles, exotic vacations, expensive watches, and successful influencers. Eventually, people start believing they need to keep up. So they spend money emotionally instead of logically. They reward themselves constantly. They justify purchases they cannot afford. And they confuse temporary pleasure with long-term success. The result? No savings, no investments, constant stress. Imagine 2 people earning the exact same salary. The first person buys expensive clothes, upgrades their car every few years, and spends impulsively. The second person drives a reliable used car, saves consistently, and invests monthly. Fast forward 10 years. Who do you think has financial freedom? Most likely the second person. Wealth is usually built quietly. It is not built through showing off. It is built through discipline. One of the most powerful financial skills you can develop is delayed gratification. That means learning to say, I do not need this right now, because every unnecessary purchase steals money from your future self. And here is something most people never think about. Every dollar spent today has an opportunity cost. That $200 pair of shoes. If invested consistently over time, it could grow into thousands later. Small decisions compound. Good habits compound. Bad habits compound too. If you truly want to stop being broke, stop buying things for status. Buy things for usefulness. Buy things for value. Buy things because they improve your life, not because they impress strangers. Because at the end of the day, financial freedom feels far better than fake luxury. Habit number 2. Living without a budget. A shocking number of people have no idea where their money actually goes each month. They earn money, they spend money, and hope everything somehow works out. That is not a financial plan. That is financial chaos. Imagine trying to drive across the country without a map, GPS, or directions. You would probably get lost. That is exactly what happens when people manage money without a budget. Now, let us clear up a huge misconception. A budget is not punishment. A budget is control. It tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Without a budget, small expenses slowly drain your income. Coffee here. Food delivery there. Random online shopping. Subscriptions you forgot about. Individually, they do not seem dangerous, but together, they quietly destroy your finances. This is why many people feel broke even with decent incomes. It is not always because they earn too little. Sometimes it is because they spend unconsciously. Budgeting creates awareness, and awareness changes behavior. When people finally track their expenses, they are often shocked. They realize how much money disappears into things that do not truly matter. The good news: you do not need a complicated system. You do not need fancy spreadsheets. You just need clarity. Know how much money comes in, how much goes out, and where every dollar is going. That is it. A simple monthly plan can completely transform your financial life. One effective method is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings and investing. It is simple, practical, and helps create balance. Another important rule: pay yourself first. Most people save whatever is left over after spending. Successful people do the opposite. They save first, then spend what remains. That one shift alone can change your future, because if saving is optional, it usually will not happen. But when saving becomes automatic, wealth starts growing quietly in the background. And remember, a budget does not restrict freedom. Lack of money restricts freedom. Budgeting actually gives you more options, more security, and less stress. So if you do not currently track your money, start today. Even small awareness can create massive financial change over time. Pause for a second. If you are getting value from this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Which of these habits do you think hurts people the most? Your comment might help someone else realize they are not alone in their financial struggles. Now let us continue, because the next habit is one that destroys millions of people financially every single year. Habit number 3. Relying too much on debt. Debt is one of the biggest reasons people stay financially trapped. Now, not all debt is bad. There is a difference between strategic debt and destructive debt. For example, a business loan that creates income can be useful. A mortgage for a manageable home can build equity. But consumer debt? That is where many people get stuck. Credit cards, buy now, pay later apps, personal loans for lifestyle spending. These things create the illusion of affordability. People think, I can make the monthly payment, but they rarely calculate the true long-term cost. Interest quietly eats away at their future. A small purchase becomes far more expensive over time, and once someone falls into the debt cycle, escaping becomes extremely difficult. Why? Because debt steals future income. Overhaster expenses with tomorrow's money. That creates financial pressure month after month, and eventually, many people feel like they are working hard just to survive. One major danger of debt is emotional normalization. People get so used to owing money that it starts feeling normal. Car payments become normal. Credit card balances become normal. Financing everything becomes normal. But normal does not mean healthy. Imagine how much freedom people would have without monthly debt payments draining their income. That money could go toward savings, investing, building a business, emergency funds, financial security. Instead, it goes toward interest. Another dangerous habit is using debt to solve emotional problems. People shop when they are stressed. They spend when they are bored. They buy things to feel successful. That creates a toxic cycle. Emotional discomfort to spending to debt, to more stress to more spending. Breaking this cycle requires honesty. You must stop using debt to fund a lifestyle your income cannot support. Start living below your means. Focus on reducing high-interest debt aggressively, and avoid financing unnecessary purchases whenever possible. One powerful mindset shift is this: if you cannot afford to buy it twice, think carefully before buying it once. Financial peace comes from ownership, not endless payments. And the less debt you carry, the more freedom you create for your future self. Habit number 4. Never investing. Many people work for money their entire lives, but never learn how to make money work for them. That is a huge mistake. One of the biggest reasons people remain financially stuck is because they only rely on earned income. They trade time for money forever. Now here is the problem. There are only so many hours in a day, which means income from labor has limits. Investing changes that. Investing allows your money to grow while you sleep. That is the power of compounding. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. Because time matters more than perfection. A person who invests small amounts consistently over many years can outperform someone who starts late with much larger amounts. Yet many people never invest because they believe myths like, "I need to be rich first. Investing is gambling. I do not understand it. I will start later." But waiting is expensive. Every year delayed is lost growth that can never fully be recovered. And here is something important. You do not need to become a financial expert overnight. You just need to start learning. Even basic long-term investing habits can dramatically improve your future. Index funds, retirement accounts, dividend investing, low-cost diversified investments. Simple strategies often outperform emotional, risky decisions. The biggest advantage is not brilliance, it is consistency. Even investing a modest amount every month can create enormous results over decades. The earlier you start, the more powerful compounding becomes. Let us say two people invest differently. One starts investing at age 25. The other waits until 40. Even if a second person invests more aggressively later, they may never catch up to the first investor because time is such a powerful factor. That is why financially successful people prioritize ownership. They own investments. They own assets. They own things that grow in value. Meanwhile, financially struggling people often spend everything they earn. And when emergencies happen, they have nothing working for them. If you want long-term financial stability, investing is no longer optional, as necessary. Because inflation quietly makes money lose value every year. So simply saving cash alone is often not enough. Your money needs a chance to grow. And the best time to start was years ago. The second best time is today. Habit number 5. Blaming everything except themselves. This may be the most dangerous habit of all. People who stay financially broke often blame everything except their own decisions. They blame the economy, their boss, their family, their upbringing, inflation. Successful people, bad luck. Now, to be fair, life absolutely can be difficult. Unexpected hardships happen. Some people genuinely face tougher circumstances than others. But personal responsibility still matters. Because blaming everything outside yourself removes your power to change. When people constantly say, "I cannot," "there is no point," "the system is rigged," they stop looking for solutions. And that mindset becomes a prison. Financial improvement starts with ownership. Not shame, not guilt, ownership. Successful people ask, "What can I improve? What skill can I learn? How can I increase my income? What habits are hurting me? What can I control?" That mindset creates progress. The truth is, financial success usually does not happen instantly. It happens through gradual improvement. Learning new skills, making smarter decisions, becoming more disciplined, taking responsibility consistently. And yes, mistakes will happen. Everyone makes financial mistakes. The key is learning from them instead of repeating them. Another important point: your environment matters. If you surround yourself with people who constantly waste money, avoid responsibility, and make reckless decisions, eventually that behavior starts influencing you too. But if you surround yourself with disciplined, growth-oriented people, your mindset changes, your standards change, your habits change. Never underestimate the power of environment. And remember, your current situation does not have to define your future. Financial education can be learned. Better habits can be built. And your life can improve dramatically over time. But it starts with taking responsibility for the direction of your finances. That is where real change begins. So let us quickly recap the 5 habits that keep people financially broke. Spending to look rich, living without a budget, relying too much on debt, never investing, blaming everything except themselves. Now here is the important thing: nobody is perfect. Almost everyone has struggled with at least one of these habits at some point. The goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness and improvement. Small financial changes, repeated consistently, can completely transform your future. Because wealth is rarely built through one giant moment. It is usually built through small disciplined decisions repeated over many years. The earlier you change your habits, the faster your life can change too. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about money, investing, financial freedom, and building a better future, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And before you go, comment below. Which of these 5 habits do you think is the hardest to break? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.